G'day, my name's Andrew. This is my 2019 MR Triton, Poverty Pack GXL, nothing else, just the GXL. I've had this car for nearly 2 years, 69,000 Ks. I just want to have a quick talk about it. So far, this car has not missed a beat, not one maintenance issue at all. I've just driven it, new tyres, servicing. So I just want to go through a couple of the good and bad points about this car. Firstly, it's reliable, very reliable, no issues. It tows beautifully. The gearbox is unbelievably good. It's always in the right gear, 6-speed auto, just perfect. There's a couple of little things that when you read car reviews, they don't talk about. One is the aircon. The aircon in this car is like a refrigerator. It's unbelievable for Australia. It's so good. The steering, this drives like an SUV, like a car. It's beautiful. Another thing you don't read much is cabin noise. The cabin noise in this car is very, very quiet. My wife's got a RAV4 and it's got more rattles than a millionaire's baby, and it's got cabin noise everywhere. This thing is almost silent. You'd think you're in a luxury car. It's got rubber floor mats, perfect for taking kids to the beach. And look, the price. These things are really well priced considering some of the other ones. Some of the bad, the paintwork isn't great. In fact, it's rubbish. You just look at it and the paint comes off. If I was to get another one, I'd get a white one. It's just so thin. Even a quick trip in the bush, and it's the paint's off. The brakes are pretty average. In fact, they're rubbish. The front discs are too small. Drums on the back. I've got a little tinny. When I tow it, I get to the bottom of a mountain if I'm going up the mountains or down the coast, and my foot's nearly at the floor. They're absolute rubbish. The fuel consumption's not great. I had a Pajero before this, the 3.2. It was heavier, had an older engine, bigger engine, and it used less fuel. I'm getting around 11 litres per 100, which is not, I mean, yes, people will say, yeah, it's a dual cab ute. It is, but it's still, to me, when I was getting 9 out of my Pajero, I would expect the same out of this, considering it's about 2 generations newer. The rear suspension on these things is rubbish. Out of the factory, the springs are flat. They're almost inverted. Absolute garbage. The factory wheels, these are off the older model, the MQ. They came with skinny steel wheels. It looked pretty, it was pretty rubbish, so they were straight in the bin. The worst of all is Mitsubishi's customer service. It's absolutely appalling. If you ever have anything to do, if you have a problem with your dealer and you want to escalate it to Mitsubishi, forget it. They are absolutely useless. The only issue I've had was my local dealer didn't tighten my sump plug up properly. I had a service, got a few Ks down the road, smelled oil, got out. The dealer did, I tightened it up myself, no damage done. But other than oil under the car, I rang the dealer, they didn't want to know about it. I put a complaint to Mitsubishi, who put me straight back through to the dealer. Just absolutely woeful. A couple of things. It's a long car, 5.5 meters long. There's not a great lot of space in the back for kids. The seats are really upright. I'd sacrifice 10 centimeters of tray for 10 centimeters more legroom in the back. And this model doesn't come with rear aircon vents, which is not good, but the newer models do, I believe. Other than that, these are a great car. Highly recommend them. As I said, 69,000 Ks. I haven't had a trouble with it at all. All the best.